Before you ignore what your body is trying to tell you, I need you to look down at your feet, because what I'm about to share with you could reveal more about your heart health than you might think, especially if you are over the age of 60. Your feet are often the first place where circulation problems begin to show. And the most dangerous part is this: most people dismiss these signs as normal aging, dry skin, poor circulation, or simply getting older. But in reality, they can be early warning signals of heart disease developing silently inside your body. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed your feet feeling unusually cold, even when the rest of your body feels warm? Have you experienced swelling around your ankles or a tingling sensation that comes and goes? These are not always minor issues. They can be signs that your heart is struggling to pump blood effectively, and here is where it becomes serious. Research from the American Heart Association shows that peripheral circulation problems are often linked to underlying cardiovascular disease. And today, I'm going to walk you through 5 warning signs your feet may be showing you right now, ranked from subtle to critical. And I want you to stay with me, because number 1 on this list is often completely ignored till it becomes a serious medical emergency. Now, before we begin, I want you to understand something. Your heart and your feet are directly connected through your circulatory system. Your heart pumps blood through arteries that reach every part of your body, including your legs and feet. And when that blood flow becomes restricted or inefficient, the first signs often appear in the areas farthest from the heart, and that means your feet. So let's begin with number 5. Number 5 is cold feet. This might seem harmless, but persistent coldness in your feet can be a sign that blood is not reaching your extremities properly. When your arteries begin to narrow due to plaque buildup, a condition known as atherosclerosis, less oxygen-rich blood is delivered to your tissues, and this often causes a cold sensation, especially in the toes. Research from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute indicates that reduced blood flow to the extremities is one of the earliest signs of peripheral artery disease, which is closely linked to heart disease. If your feet frequently feel cold, even in warm conditions, this is something you should pay attention to. Now moving to number 4, swelling in the feet and ankles, also known as edema. This occurs when fluid builds up in the tissues, and while it can have multiple causes, it is often associated with heart problems. When the heart is not pumping efficiently, blood can back up in the veins, causing fluid to leak into surrounding tissues, leading to swelling. You may notice your shoes feeling tighter, or marks left on your skin from socks. This is not something to ignore, especially if it happens regularly. Research from the Mayo Clinic highlights that persistent swelling in the lower extremities can be an early sign of heart failure, particularly in older adults. Now number 3, and this is where things begin to get more serious: pain or cramping in the legs and feet while walking. This is often referred to as claudication, and it occurs when muscles do not receive enough oxygen during activity due to reduced blood flow. You might feel a cramping or aching sensation that improves with rest and then returns when you start walking again. This pattern is a key indicator of peripheral artery disease, and according to studies referenced by the Cleveland Clinic, individuals with this condition are at significantly higher risk of heart attack and stroke, because the same process that affects the arteries in the legs also affects the arteries in the heart. Now number 2 is slow healing wounds, or sores on the feet, and this is one of the most overlooked warning signs. When blood flow is reduced, your body's ability to deliver oxygen and nutrients needed for healing is compromised. As a result, cuts, blisters, or sores on your feet may take longer to heal or may not heal at all. This is particularly dangerous because it increases the risk of infection and indicates serious circulation issues. Research from the American Diabetes Association also highlights that poor circulation is a major factor in delayed wound healing, especially in older adults. Now we come to number 1, the most critical warning sign, and that is discoloration of the skin on your feet, particularly a bluish, pale, or even reddish tone. This happens when blood flow is significantly reduced or when oxygen levels in the blood are low, causing visible changes in skin color. This is not just a cosmetic issue. It is a signal that your circulation is severely compromised and requires immediate attention. Studies from Johns Hopkins Medicine emphasize that changes in skin color in the extremities can indicate advanced vascular disease and should never be ignored. Now, let me share something important. Not all of these signs will appear at once, and they may develop gradually over time, which is why so many people overlook them. But recognizing even one of these symptoms early can lead to early diagnosis and treatment, potentially preventing serious complications. And this is where everything shifts from fear to control. Because here is the truth: heart disease develops over time, and many of the risk factors can be managed through lifestyle changes and medical care. Maintaining a healthy diet, staying active, managing blood pressure and cholesterol, and avoiding smoking are all critical steps in protecting your cardiovascular system. But awareness is the first step, because if you do not recognize the warning signs, you cannot act on them. So starting today, take a moment to look at your feet. Notice how they feel, how they look, and whether anything has changed, because your body is constantly communicating with you, and learning to listen can make all the difference. And now I want to ask you something. Have you ever noticed any of these signs in your feet? And did you ignore them or take action? Leave your answer below, because your experience may help someone else recognize a warning sign they might otherwise overlook. And remember, your feet may be far from your heart, but they can tell you exactly what is happening inside it.